NFL playoffs are here, and this matchup on Wildcard weekend is brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Cardinals and the Bucks, and it's coming up next on Madden Football.
We're about 20 miles from the Gulf of Mexico at Raymond James Stadium, just north of downtown Tampa, as we bring you the NFL on EA Sports. Today, we're set for a good one. It's the Arizona Cardinals and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Playoff football has arrived. Good to be with you. Mike Tirico, Greg Olsen, partner, best time of the year. It starts with Super Wildcard Weekend, 3 days, 6 games, and this matchup as good as any of them.
Yeah, and really, it's so funny, Mike. We watch these regular season games all year, and it just seems like there's no way the intensity and the competitive spirit could ever be higher. But there is just...
The crowd is alive, and with good reason. It's the NFL playoffs, the best time of the year. And off we go on EA Sports. And he is stopped at 25. The drive will begin then. So the Tampa Bay offense set to work for the first time in this one. Leading them out, the former #1 overall pick back in the 2021 draft, it's Trevor Lawrence.
I remember talking to him earlier this season, Mike, and he emphasized the importance of winning their division. That guarantees you host at least one playoff game. Well, that goal, that's been reached. Now, they have their sights set on something even bigger, but to accomplish that...
Into space! And he's going to take this one all the way! 75 yards! Touchdown, Tampa Bay! Oh, man, what a start to this one, Greg. Right out of the gate, first play of the game. A big ball downfield for the touchdown.
I don't even think the fans have settled into their seats, Mike. I mean, you talk about a fast start. There was no settling into this one. This play caller wanted to attack early, and boy, did he ever.
McLaughlin, good on the extra point. And the Buccaneers will jump out to a 7-0 lead here on Super Wildcard Weekend. 7-0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. This taken in at the 8-yard line. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. So out comes the Arizona offense for the first time. Leading this offense, their veteran quarterback.
Getting your team to the playoffs, Mike, that's a massive accomplishment for any quarterback. But if he wants to take them on a deep run, can he find the balance of playing mistake-free football while also maintaining that aggressive approach that has gotten them here in the first place? It's certainly not going to be easy. This place is going to be rocking, and their opponents, they have championship aspirations of their own. But as long as he doesn't let the moment get too big for him, this team's going to have a shot to move on to next week.
And in motion, it's Diggs. Short one there, caught by Kittle. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up third down. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
So defensively, there's always the initial pass coverage plan. And then when that breaks down and the quarterback goes into scramble mode, how fast can you then move on to the second phase and what they call plaster, meaning find the nearest receiver and almost play a man-to-man. And it's exactly what they did here, and there was nowhere for the ball to go, and he's forced to just throw it away.
The Bucs offense ready to take over as we check out the playoff race in the NFC. They'll motion over Samuel. On 1st and 10, Lawrence. He gets it to Samuel, left side. And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. They face 2nd down and 7. Working out of the gun, it's Lawrence. That'll be caught. It's Josh Jacobs. And he's not going to be able to get away. Good defense on the perimeter. It'll be a loss of yardage.
I think this play is a direct result of his film study. He knew exactly where and results in a negative play.
And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
Those are the explosive pass plays that this team is going to continue to mine all day. You can see pre-snap, the quarterback loved his matchup. He allowed his receiver to work downfield. Perfect throw, and now sets them up to try to see if they can finish this drive off with some points.
1st and 10. They'll motion over Samuel. Now the first carry of the game for Josh Jacobs. He'll work his way ahead for a gain of about 4. Here's 2nd and 6. They send him right out of the slot. Now 2nd down throw for Lawrence. Right side, hauled in by Samuel. He's going to be taken down at about the 30. On 1st down, Lawrence. The pressure gets there, and down he goes. A sack.
If you're going to take a sack, you just can't add to it by taking such a massive loss on top of it. Understand when the pocket breaks down, move up, cut your losses. Now, not only do you lose that down, but now you face a big uphill battle if you want to extend this drive.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. They'll motion over Samuel. Lawrence now on 2nd down. Looking to Samuel on the outline. Well, they'll get some of the sack yardage back, but it's still going to leave them with 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Lawrence. To the right side, he's got Hopkinson, his tight end.
These are the play calls, Mike, that offensive coordinators use to just get their quarterback and their passing game into some sort of rhythm. Easy pitch and catch, get the ball out of his hand, see a completion. These typically, as the game goes on, lead to bigger and bigger gains.
McLaughlin's kick is good. And the Buccaneers will extend to a 10-0 lead.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Cards offense about ready to get going on their 2nd possession. The deficit is at 10, so an important drive forthcoming. Started with 1st and 10. The hole closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3. 2nd and 7. On play action, he'll set up to throw. Taken in by Gesicki. And they bring him down, but not until he gets the 45-yard line.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
We'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, he'll throw. And the rush gets home. He'll go down. They got it. That is Josh Hines Allen from his defensive end spot to record the sack. 3rd and long. Hill looks to throw. That'll be taken in, and it's Trey Benson. And he'll be stopped short of a 1st down, and that will necessitate a call to the punt team. It's 4th down. Here's the punter now. He's on for the second time. They try to get something inside the 10. And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 20-yard line. The Bucs offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. They've got the 10-0 advantage here early. And they'll see if they can add to it. Beginning on this drive, 1st and 10. Throwing is Lawrence. That complete to Jacobs. And they're going to mark him down up past the 35. 16 yards on the game. And a quick 1st down. So after one, here on Super Wildcard Weekend, 10-0 is our score. We'll have more from Tampa after this. So, from the 36, it is 1st and 10. They go play action for Lawrence. One caught by Hawkinson. It'll be a pickup of 10. It's a 1st down for Tampa Bay. Now, Jacobs. And the defense right on that. I don't know if keeping would have done any better. No gain on that one. We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. The tight end Hawkinson starts the motion. Once again, it's Jacobs. And he's going to be stopped in his tracks. He'll lose a couple of yards on that one.
With how fast they were all over that play, you almost wonder, Mike, was there a pre-snap tell? Did they know that play was coming? Because I'll tell you, that defense was on it from the start.
Lawrence from the gun here on 3rd down. He'll try and get there on the ground. And he's able to gain yardage out of this one before he slides.
And that's a great job defensively here on 3rd down. Not only taking away all the options down the field through the air, but when the quarterback decides to turn into a runner himself, they're able to converge and make the play and keep him short of the 1st down.
Oh, not the greatest punt there. This is going to hit and go out of bounds. Out comes the Arizona offense. They get ready for their next possession. We'll see how they want to attack things here. Backed up deep in their own end. It's 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. That's complete to Diggs. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. He'll look to throw. His throw left side is complete. And a good one here. He'll be marked down up past the 25-yard line.
First rule of backed up offense, get the first down. The last thing you want to do, punt the ball back and give your opponent a short field. Mission accomplished. Now, can they maintain possession long enough to see if they can cap this drive off with some points?
And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. On 2nd down, it's Benson. And the defense there to meet him. They'll hold him to 2 and bring up 3rd down. Throwing now from the gun. He'll find his tight end, Kittle, on the right side. And he'll be stopped short of a 1st down, and that will necessitate a call to the punt team. It's 4th down. On comes the punter now, as he is on to punt for Arizona. A fair catch signaled, and they'll have it just outside their own 20. Here's the Tampa Bay offense. They're going to take over once more. Their lead is 10. They go back to work, trying to add to it. It begins with 1st down. The Tight end Hawkinson starts the motion. Lawrence now to throw on first down. He'll go underneath here. The running back out of the backfield. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. Here's 2nd and 3 to go. To throw is Lawrence. This one brought in by Hawkinson. And they'll mark him down just shy of the 40. So from the 39, they come up on 1st and 10. Slayton is the man in motion. A first down throw for Lawrence. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
2nd down, Lawrence. They'll set up the screen to White. They'll come up to 3rd and 3. They'll motion over Samuel. 2 minutes remain here in this first half. Back with more NFC playoff action after this. 3rd down, 3 to go. Working out of the gun, it's Lawrence. And this ball incomplete on 3rd down.
And the success of this play, Mike, all comes down to the timing of the defender. You get there a little bit too early, you risk pass interference. You get there a little too late, it's a big pass completion. Timing your hand and playing through the ball is something they work on with these defenders all the time. And next time they throw the ball downfield, I wouldn't be surprised if they target somebody else.
The Cardinals offense ready to take over possession of the football. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. Look wide, get this one complete, and no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. A throw left side, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
The biggest issue and why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the ups and downs of this passing game. Sometimes he's highly accurate and efficient, but at others, he just misses too many easy throws. The question is, are they going to punt?
And they will continue to go backwards. He's taken down for a sack. Here's their punter now, as this drive quickly stalled out. So he's on to punch it away. This fielded inside the 35. And he'll be brought down. Short return. And they'll take over there. The Buccaneers offense ready to take over once more. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. That's going to be caught by Darius Slayton. His first catch of the wild card game, and good for a 1st down. They'll motion over Samuel. On 1st down, Lawrence. Now he'll run it. The tackle's going to be made down at the 40-yard line.
You know, Mike, I like everything about this play except the very end. You've already picked up good yardage. You've already picked up the 1st down. Now get down on the ground and protect yourself. There's no reason to take those shots.
Right side, pulled in by Samuel.
Just take what the defense is giving you. When you can stay ahead of the chains and just take these easy pitch and catch throws underneath, hitch routes, quick game, now it puts you in a lot more favorable down and distances to eventually attack this defense a little bit more downfield.
Now second down throw for Lawrence. Now he'll run. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
I love this call, Mike. Second down and short. One of the best downs in football to take a shot. Give credit to the defense. They were ready for it. And a nice job by the quarterback, realizing there's nothing downfield. Take off, turn into a runner, pick up the first down.
They'll motion over Samuel. On 1st and 10, Lawrence. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front.
They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
I know this play results in an incomplete pass, but I think this is a really good job by the quarterback. His clock was going off. He felt that rush. He had no immediate target to go to with the ball. Instead, throw it away. Don't take the sack. Live for another day. And that's a really nice boost here before the break. I mean, you work the clock well. You're able to steal some points. The biggest thing is you're able to build a little momentum now going into the locker room at halftime.
The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchdown. Right away, they'll set up to throw. And that is incomplete. One final chance does not work out. Time has expired. The first half has come to an end.
All right, Mike, thanks very much. More from you and a big tight end momentarily. But first, let's give everyone a look at what's going on around the NFL. But first, time to look ahead to Sunday's action here in the NFC. A 4-5 battle that ought to be a tight one, as it'll be the Minnesota Vikings taking on the Washington Commanders. In the first half, we saw a strong outing from Trevor Lawrence. He's got a touchdown pass on the ledger as his guys were able to build a double-digit lead. These two teams leave in the tunnel, and we'll head out with them. It's time to send it back over to Mike Tirico and Greg Olsen.
Coach, thank you. Back here on EA Sports as we count down to the kickoff of the second half. Brown now to return it. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Cardinals offense going to have a first crack at it as we begin this third quarter. They find themselves down 13-0 here. They try to get things started offensively. It's 1st and 10. Start out with a run, and it's Benson. And he'll fight forward for a couple of yards, but a flag is down.
Holding
and the linemen are already walking back. On play action, he'll set up to throw. That's taken in by the running back, Benson.
What an advantage it brings a defense when you have cornerbacks that are such willing tacklers. It just brings an extra element to the ability to defend the entire field. And this is a great example here why.
And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down. Now they'll set up to throw. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, like living in these 3rd and long situations. Must pass is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
And not much doing there. They made sure he would not get free. The Buccaneers offense trotting back out for their first involvement of this second half. They built a nice lead for themselves here. They'll try to add to that, beginning with first down. From the shotgun, it's Lawrence. He gets that complete downfield to Slayton. That's the way to get started. A pickup of 17 and a very quick first down.
Didn't take them long to get now to their opponent's side of the field. I like the idea of starting this drive with some explosive pass plays. That's going to open everything up, both underneath in the passing game and on the ground. So big play to get this drive off to a fast start.
They'll motion over Samuel. Here's Lawrence. He's got his man, that's Slayton. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. Now here's Lawrence. He'll let this go deep for the end zone. That one knocked away. It is incomplete. Very good job defensively. Stayed right with him and will bring up 3rd down. They'll motion over Samuel. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down. The Buccaneers getting their punter out there, as they'll say no to the long field goal and hope to pin them deep. That's going to be out of bounds, no return. And the drive's going to start from just inside the 20-yard line. The Cardinals offense starting to trot out for this next possession. The deficit is double digits, so work to do as they begin this drive with 1st and 10. Back to throw here to begin the drive. That's to the left side and taken in by Diggs. He's close to a first down. It's a gain of 9. Nice pitch and catch on first down. They'll look to throw. That's over the middle to Kittle.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. Really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver, and then see what he can do after the catch.
Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. They'll go again with Benson. And this rough day on the ground continues. They're going to drop it behind the line again.
You have to wonder if next time does the play caller give his quarterback some options to check out of this play. It was clear before the ball was snapped this was not a great look for that play call, and you can see the end result.
He's got a man. That's Kittle. And he will have the first down. The drive will continue after a pickup of 8.
Well, they finally are able to convert on a 3rd down. And, Mike, when you look back at a box score, some of the biggest indications of how well the game went, of course, you don't want to turn the ball over. How do you execute in the red zone? And then how are you on 3rd down? 3rd downs typically lead to long drives. Long drives tend to lead to points. It's not a real complicated formula. Stay on the field. The more snaps, the more plays, the better.
He'll move it ahead for about 3 yards. The linebacker, Cody Barton, in on the tackle. From the 50, he'll set up to throw. And it's complete to Diggs. And he's going to be taken down at the 30-yard line.
This is like a textbook, methodical, efficient NFL drive. 4 for 4 throwing the ball, mixing in some run. You're just marching the ball downfield at your will, and they get a fresh set of downs now to see if they can convert this nice drive into some points. Well, we've seen time and time again just how dangerous this quarterback can be, Mike, when he decides to tuck it and take off. So that is a great job defensively to rally to the football and hold them to just a short game.
Now, this looks like a design run, and he nearly got free. But as it is, gain of 6, and it sets up 3rd down. defensive. And he's going to be close to that first down. Looks like he made it past the yellow line. Yes, he did. It is indeed a first down. Red zone now. He'll drop to throw. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. Second down and 8. He'll drop to throw. Right back to Kittle. That's another one. And it'll be brought down as we tick towards the end of this third quarter. So 1 quarter remains in this NFC Wildcard matchup. This is the NFL playoffs on EA Sports. Well, a chance to get right back in it here. First down and goal. He'll look to throw. He pulls it in around the 5. And he's going to be stopped at about the 4. Inside the 5, it is second and goal. So Kittle comes in motion. He's got it at the 3.
And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot.
That one taken in. Chris Godwin. Touchdown, Arizona. Greg, they are pecking away at this one now. Very big touchdown. Gets them right within reach of pulling this comeback off.
Well, Mike, at the very least, they've given themselves a chance, but can they get a stop and get the ball back again for a chance to go down and really make this one interesting?
Evan McPherson now to kick the extra point. He gets it to go, and the Cardinals are on the board. It's now 13-7. So, things a little more interesting now. Back to a one-score game as they kick it away. He'll start at the 4. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Buccaneers offense ready to go as we give you a look at the current playoff race. So they come to the line for first down and 10. Off the play fake. Here's Lawrence. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Here's the quarterback doing everything in his power to extend this play, and none of his guys could get open. You got to see someone separate, work with your quarterback, go into scramble second reaction mode, and also give some credit to the back end, doing a nice job plastering with their assignment, and he had no choice but to throw it away.
They need 8 as they come up for third down. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
So this is a part of the game that everybody works on, Mike. They call it 4-minute offense, and you don't necessarily have to have 4 minutes on the clock, but the whole idea is we possess the ball late in the fourth quarter with the lead. The goal is we want to end the game with the ball. So that third down conversion is going to go a long way. Protect the ball, continue to pick up first downs. If they do that, I don't even think their opponent sees the ball.
And they'll take this down inside the 35.
Fourth quarter, you find yourself protecting a one-possession lead. It's a fine line, Mike, between do I keep the ball on the ground, continue to work the clock, or stay aggressive, try to extend this lead to a multiple possession game. That's the balance this play caller is dealing with right now.
And a good job following his blockers. A gain of 7. It'll be second down.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up second and 3.
Throwing is Lawrence. Through the air, connecting with Debo. And that's going to be a first down. A pickup of 9. To the right side, he's got Hopkinson, his tight end. And they'll get about half what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
At the 11-yard line.
Working out of the gun, it's Lawrence. This is caught toward the side of the end zone. Robert Harris Jr. Touchdown Buccaneers. Everything you want to do right there, Greg, in the fourth quarter. Get the ball with the lead and extend it to a 2-score advantage.
Yeah, and I think this just might end up being too much to overcome. You said it. Once you get a 2-score lead this late in the fourth quarter, there's just not enough possessions to be had to claw yourself back in it.
To throw is Lawrence. This is caught. He's got it. And they tack 2 more onto their lead.
Mike, I think all of us can remember exactly where we were during a certain Super Bowl where throwing the ball this close to the goal line ended up being a disaster. But unlike that time, they ran this pass play to perfection, and the result, 2 points.
Here's McLaughlin now. After the score, he'll kick this one away. Brown now to return it. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The visitors' offense make their way out to take over once more. They trail by 2 touchdowns, so the time is now. Got to get that rally going. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Back to throw. Taking off.
Well, let's give credit here to the coverage unit, Mike. There was nowhere to go with the ball for that quarterback. He had no choice but to just tuck it down himself, and he's able only to pick up a short gain. This may look like a simple connection, Mike, just pitch and catch, but I can promise you the amount of time these 2 guys have spent together on the practice field, in the meeting rooms, just getting on the same page, seeing the game through the same set of eyes, it makes what's pretty difficult seem a lot easier.
And he's going to have the Cardinals first down. It's a gain of 12 facing 4th down. Pressure gets there, and down he goes. Oh, they're on him with a flash, and he's lost the football. And it looked like the Cardinals were quick to react and get on it, so no turnover. They keep the ball. The crowd cranking it up another notch before 3rd and long. They'll drop the throw. That one intercepted. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
And at this point in the game, Mike, we all know one play can be the difference between winning and losing. And now after that poor throw, we'll see, can they capitalize on this extra possession that they just stole?
The home team's offense, and Trevor Lawrence set to take over once more. And he has been in control of this offense. Want to run you through some of the action from earlier on. You've got the 2 touchdown passes, over 200 passing yards. He has been excellent all game long. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. A run up the middle with Jacobs. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one. On the give, it's White. And he'll work his way down inside the 30. Chewing off 7 yards on that one. You've got to consider this an absolute must-stop defensively. It's 3rd down. We'll try to run it here with Jacobs. Card's going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout. as they'll discuss what's to come as fourth down is looming. Needing the tough yards, they'll go with their fullback. And he's going to have the Buccaneers first down. Oh, they take a chance there on 4th and 1, but it's a gain of 3 and a new set of downs. Now, whistles here. Looks like one of the defenders
Neutral zone infraction.
Start.
Defense. Still first down.
So, a lot of options on the table now. It's 1st and 5. Victory formation here as he's down to a knee. So, fire the cannons. It's a win for the Bucs. They are moving on in these playoffs. Won't have a long time to celebrate this one. They have to get right back to work for the divisional round. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Buccaneers get the win as we say so long from Tampa.
Choose the team you want to start your franchise with. Use the options on the left. Back in Week 5, the Jaguars lost a blowout in their previous matchup against the Bills. Can Buffalo sweep the series? Find out next on Madden NFL 25.
The playoffs are in full swing as we welcome you to this postseason contest on EA Sports. Straight ahead, it's an AFC intra-conference contest between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Buffalo Bills. Welcome, everyone, to the start of the NFL postseason. Kate Scott, Brock Hewitt here as these teams begin the journey toward the Super Bowl. And at this stage, Brock, it's a daunting task ahead to make it all the way. They need 3 straight wins against the best teams in the NFL, beginning with this one right here, right now.
Yeah, Kate, and I love the way you say that right there. You just lay out the journey. And I'll tell you, in this journey right now, you're not going to find it.
The ball is teed up, and with the boots, the NFL postseason has officially begun. Fielded at the 7. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. So here are the Jaguars taking over for the first time on offense. They'll be led out by an elite runner, one of the game's top dual-threat young quarterbacks. He was taken second in 2024, Jaden Daniels.
Jaden's the closest thing we've seen to Lamar Jackson. While there's only one Lamar Jackson, the 2-time MVP, Jaden's going to push him a little bit in this league. He is a tremendous athlete. Over 1,000 yards rushing down the SEC, and he's just got the instincts, the feel to know when to run it, and he can also sling it. A quick, compact, accurate release. I can't wait to watch this guy's skill set unfold in the NFL.
Going to the ground again on first. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
This offense may want to try and disguise their run a little bit. I don't know if it's the old lineman's stance. I don't know if it's a cadence. I don't know what it is, but after 2 straight plays going backwards, this defense is all over it.
Did not like what he was seeing, Brock, and he just hosed this one away.
It's a point of emphasis in practice each and every week, no matter where we go. How are we going to attack the coverage on 3rd down? We chose the wrong play off that call sheet that time.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. And he'll get under this one and make the fair catch at the 19-yard line. So here come the Bills for their opening drive. And bringing them out now, a quarterback who really knows how to make something exciting happen.
He's one of the select group of quarterbacks where when he takes the field, everyone, and I mean everyone, takes notice. He's part of the game's elite, the game's most important position, and it really is a spectacle, Kate, anytime he leads an offense out, because you know he's capable of plays that other quarterbacks in this league simply cannot make.
And the middle holds. They don't get anything on the run. 2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Back to throw. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
I'm sure Coach, the play caller, doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. Play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
They're set up at the 35 now. They go play action on first. Caught, nice game left side. And he's going to be blocked out after reaching the 43. They managed 22 on the rip and a first down. Pass play coming here. Brought in right side. He's forward, gets a couple of yards. Remain cracked with the play defensively. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Off the play fake, he'll throw. Caught by his fullback behind the line. And he takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39. 3rd and 6 for them to figure out now. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Short pass brought in. This gets the 1st and more. It's a 21-yard gain. And that's good for a Bills first down.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains. There wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
They have themselves another 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. Gets this to Kincaid. And this play reaches the 12-yard line before the stop is made.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
And his perfect start is over. And that's the first one of his throws to wind up incomplete. Last pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. This throw is coming. And he'll be taken down at the last possible moment. He's at the 1. A nice pickup of 11 there, Brock, and they'll have first and goal to figure out. They are throwing it again. He's on the move. And they take this in for the score. The Bills have a great first drive and get the game's first points. Great play by the QB there, Brock. The play broke down. He didn't have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise. And in the end, turned out to be the best call he could have made.
It is such a necessary tool in today's NFL for that QB to put right in his tool belt, Kate. You know, in my day, you could be a blacksmith, right? You just do the job and stay in the pocket. Not anymore. You got to be an artist. And you got to be an artist that can create when things break down. And that's big time to get a touchdown out of it as well.
Now Kamara on to send it away. Kickoff taken at the 3. This return makes it up to the 25. Drive starts out with a first and 10. Shotgun, they'll get it to him inside. They'll cobble together a yard there. Jared Verse on the tackle. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. They give it to him again. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, they came at the perfect time.
Shakir with the grab. And he crosses the sideline a yard or two beyond, looks like the 30.
You know, I like the completion. You never turn down a completion. That's just not the right throw to make in that spot to move the chains.
Hunter takes the field on 4th down, and he sends this one flying. This punt out of bounds on the fly. We're waiting for the mark. Looks like they're going to say it's short of the 30. The Buffalo offense out there for their second drive of the contest. And so far, they've executed exactly how they drew it up, Brock. Early lead, no points allowed, and a chance now to seize control of the game on their second possession.
And Kate, generally, offenses love to script their first 10 to 15 plays, but this entire game script is playing out just the way they want to. It's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on first down. Textbook. It sets up second and very manageable, and it creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
And he's tackled with the first down yardage. We've reached the end of one in this opening round of the AFC playoffs. Neither side separating much so far. We'll return to Highmark Stadium in just a moment. We're back for the second quarter. Bills in possession of the football. They've got 1st and 10 here, looking to add to their lead. He's dropping back to throw. He's got it over the middle. And this is marked down right along that 40-yard line. 16 yards on the play. And that's good for a Bills first down.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend, do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
New slated downs to approach here from the 40. Ooh, this is going to be a false start on the offense here.
False start, offense.
There was a blitz coming, and that got somebody to panic and jump early. It cost him 5 yards. They're set back 5 by that false start. Now 15 yards to the marker. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. He finds Kincaid. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. 2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Right up the gut. And with a nice gain, he runs him down inside of field goal range. 7 yards on the carry. Now they've got 3rd and 3.
That's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and 3.
Back to the well again. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Here comes the field goal unit now for the Bills. This one from 47 yards away. And that one is good. A little longer, but no problem at all. And their special teams converts to get them something out of that possession.
You'd expect him to make most of those attempts from this distance, but it's never a lot. So they'll happily take this and finish off the drive with points.
Returning it from the 4. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. Now the Jaguars getting set to go. And it's far from the first time we're seeing this unit head out, Brock. But what we haven't seen so far in this opening half, well, we haven't seen much in terms of yardage.
No, it's like they've written a few lyrics, but nowhere close to a song yet.
Connection made to Shakir. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Out of the gun, Daniels. Got a man, it's Thomas. And he's down after getting this up to the 41. Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10. Shotgun snap to Daniels. They didn't break how they wanted it, and he throws this away. No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Hand off to the back. And he's going to manage a lone yard on that drive up the gut. Award that tackle to the effort of Leatu Latu. Driving tire straights. It's 3rd and 9. On the gun, it's Daniels. He completes it in traffic. And he's officially in enemy territory now. They're going to give him the opposing 49.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep it short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
Now we've got the Bills offense headed back to the field. And their last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. Throwing from the gun. Finds Kincaid. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. 3rd and short in your back pocket, and get even more aggressive and take that shot.
And he's taken down directly on that 43-yard line. It's a gain of 12 there. And that's good for a Bills 1st down. Setting up a throw. Completed over the middle. And he'll get this down to the 33-yard line.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, give your quarterback a chance.
He's caught on the left sideline. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
You know, Kate, we'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage. Sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
It's the 2-minute warning now from Highmark. The Bills driving ahead. They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. Throwing now from the gun. And he takes it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. The Bills grow their lead just before halftime. Dalton Kincaid with a touchdown. So he looks to and finds the big fella, and his tight end takes it in for 6.
Such a reliable weapon down in the red zone. You know, kind of reminds me like a point guard making an entry pass to that post player. When you trust your big people around you, and when a quarterback trusts his tight end like that, it makes a difference.
That one right down the middle. And the Bills take a 3-possession lead. Camarda on to send it away. Return coming from the 6. Finds some space. He's past the 30. And it's a nice return here. They'll tackle him shy of the 35. Jacksonville heading out there on offense. And it's not good, Brock, when you're discussing their punter as one of your early game MVPs, but they just haven't been able to get anything going so far.
No, you'll hear some old school coaches, especially defensive-minded coaches, Kate, and they'll say, hey, man, there's nothing wrong with the drive ending with a kick, right? As a quarterback in his offense, maybe that was the way you played the game back in the day, but not modern football. You've got to go score.
He finds 37 yards on the play to move those chains.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
Now they'll hit the line just outside the red zone following that big play. 1st and 10 now. Here's Daniels. This time they're going to get there, and they drop it. We're going to get an offensive timeouts. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. They really need some chunk yardage here on 2nd down. Trying again, following the sack. And this one doesn't go far.
Well, we saw his guys pick up the blitz. Well, he felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at him. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them. And the group up front to find somebody to get a completion, so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
Escapes the pocket. He'll make a bid for it on the ground. Decent yardage picked up here before he slides down to avoid the tackle. Now a timeout taken by the offense, and we're going to see if they try for 2 plays here or just try the field goal right now. Cam Little now to try the Jags field goal. This will be a 45-yard look from the left hash. The kick by Shudak is good. And the gap closes to 14 points.
A dependable kicker, man, that is a coach's best friend. Saves him so much stress to have a guy he can really trust to go out and hit it from that distance consistently. Because from that far out, no kick is a guarantee.
They've got 1st and 10, Brock, but time for maybe 2 plays at most if they even want to try anything. All right, keeping it simple. They're just going to call a give right up the middle. And he's caught behind the line for a loss. That's the half in this opening round AFC postseason matchup. Now we'll send you south to Orlando for a check-in around the league via Jonathan Coachman and the EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, what you got for us?
But first, let's remind everybody what's coming up tomorrow in the AFC. We've got the 3-6 game, as it'll be the New York Jets matching up with the Las Vegas Raiders.
As always, a hat tip to Coach for his hard work during the break, as we're happy to welcome y'all back to the start of our 3rd quarter. With this kick, we're back underway. A spot in the divisional round on the line. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Now here's the Bills offense. They've got it first to begin the third. And they really leaned on that passing game in the first half, Brock. Let's see if that emphasis continues to start the third. Running it now out of the gun. And he'll get it up to the 27. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9.
1 yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
Some early movement on the left side there, but was he the first to go, or was he provoked?
Ball start, offense.
So tough to stay set when you've got defenders doing everything they can to make you jump, and, well, they got one of them to move that time. Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. He'll look to throw. Hits him on the in route. Decent gain here, but short of the first.
Okay, one thing I learned from the late, great Mike Leach is, yeah, the system was called air raid, but it wasn't just attacking downfield. His philosophy, and it played out right there, is you have to attack every inch of the field, both vertically and horizontally, without routes or in routes just like that. Those kind of completions are so frustrating, Kate. It's like a putt. You got it on line, you feel good about it's going in the hole, but you never want to leave it short.
4th down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. Fair catch made a little beyond the 20-yard line. That punt goes unanswered. No return there. And it'll be Jaguars football. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. It's an option right that begins this drive. He gets forward, and that's about 4 yards. Brought down on the play by Tavondre Sweat. 2nd and 6 coming up here. Running back sent in motion. 2nd and 6 now. Rice pulls it in along the sideline. Head out of bounds after a small gain. 3rd and 4 coming up now. Daniels now. Catch is made down the right sideline. It's a gain of 17 on that one. And that's a Jaguar 1st down.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On 3rd down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity, and man, did he make an impact play.
Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. Shotgun snap, they're going to throw. He's on the move. He tucks it and takes off. It's a gain of 27 yards to move the chains.
Man, I don't ever want to be a defensive coordinator. They do so many things right to take away the pass, and then what happens? Well, you get a quarterback that lowers his head, gashes the defense with one of the biggest runs of the game. You take away the pass, but you can't stop the QB run.
Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll get it down to the 24-yard line.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a 1st down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
That's caught at the 4. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. And even 20 yards on the play, and it awards them with a 1st and goal. From the red zone now. That one's complete, right side. Touchdown, Jacksonville. No hesitation on that throw. He got the guy he wanted right away, and he got it to him for the touchdown.
You know, it's great, Kate, to draw up plays and have all sorts of different options, but it's even better when you don't have to get to your second read. His first broke open just like they planned, and that's 6 in the end.
Cam Little to try the extra points. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Jaguars chop the lead in half. It's down to 7. And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. Starting from the 5. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. Following the kick return, we've got somebody shaken up, so we're going to get a stoppage here as he's attended to. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a 1st down.
You spring a big gain like that, Kate, on the interior. 9 times out of 10, that O-line decisively won their matchup with the big fellas up front. They got those pads down. They created leverage, and they opened up that running lane.
Completed to his running back. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. They get 22 on that one. And that's good for a Bills 1st down.
So many cool fundamentals on display right there, Kate. Get the ball in your hands, number one. Don't turn your eyes away from it before it gets to you. And then when you've got that catch secured, snap that head forward and find that space upfield to turn a good play into a great play.
Then they bring him down after the play reaches the 26. It's a pickup of 11. And that's good for a Bills 1st down.
You know, the elite running backs in this league, they don't just see what's right in front of them. You set up big runs like this because they see what's behind them. That's called extraordinary vision and extra yards.
And he's down into the red zone. This run gets to the 18. It's an 8-yard pickup, and they're going to have 2nd and 2 next. Back to throw now. Escapes the pocket. No drag on this. And he's brought down a little short. No, actually they do give him the 10-yard line. A nice gain of 8 there, and it brings them to 1st and goal. Goal to go, they're passing. He's on the move. And he scores. It's a Buffalo touchdown. The Bills lengthen the lead at the end of the 3rd. And this distance, a very dangerous player on any pass play because, Brock, as he's scanning the field to throw for the end zone, he's looking for an avenue to run it to.
Kate, this is exactly why it's never been harder to play defense in the NFL. The precision and the execution in the passing game, the efficiency has never been better. But then when you do cover it up, you got guys like this who can scramble and make you pay with their legs.
Now Kamara on to send it away. His return starts at the 5. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Jaguars and QB Jaden Daniels headed out for their next look on offense. And the touchdowns got to keep coming for them as they still trail here. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Putting a receiver in motion. On 1st down, here's Daniels. We've got a screen to the running back. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped.
That is a textbook 1st down completion. Sets up 2nd and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
2nd and 3. Escapes the sack. And he's dropped. So he got there for the sack. And that brings us to the end of this 3rd quarter. 1 quarter to go, Brock, and we'll see who can earn the wild card win. It's Jaguars football, and their playoff run's in jeopardy. They're trailing here. Let's see what they draw up on this 3rd and 7. Daniels. That's caught in stride by Rice. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Football on that 47-yard line, 1st down. Throwing from the gun here. Short pass brought in. And he'll have it it down to the 44-yard line.
That can be a hopeless feeling when you fire a curl route right into zone coverage perfectly like that. Unless that curl happens to be right next to where one of your guys is sitting, that pass can come in there and there's nothing this defense can do.
And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. Second and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical third down.
Third and short, Daniels. Buys time, rolling right. He's running for it. And he slides down with enough to pick up that first. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And that'll be good for a Jacksonville first down. Markers reset, ball at the 37. Now Daniels off the play action. Headed out. Coming deep on the ball is out. And this is going to be a turnover. The defense forces the big play.
Yeah, this just can't happen on first down. It really can't. Your ball securities are premium for every down, every distance. But on first down, it is especially a killer.
All right, excellent field position for the Bills as they set up 1st and 10. Now a give running right. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4. From the 48. Escapes the puck. Trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
As much as we talk about offenses wanting to stay ahead of the chains, they want to stay on script. Well, the defense, they want to rip that script up. And a sack like that, creating 3rd and extra longs, it's exactly how you get it done.
No, he's going to run for it. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe.
He made something out of that play for them. Everyone's so concerned with defending the pass, they didn't quite keep tabs on what he was doing as the QB. And it gave him just enough room to run.
The Bills with a punt team out there. And this will be his 2nd effort of the contest. First punt win 45 yards. This looks considerably further. Out now runs the Jaguars offense. And this game might be going better if he could have some more time just to work back there. This pass rush has been all over them. Really keeps taking this offense out of any grooves that they've managed to get into.
Okay, I like to say in life there's energy givers and there's energy vampires.
Yeah.
And for this defense, these sacks right here, they're such energy givers. And man, it's like a vampire sucking the juice out of an offense.
I love that. The Bills getting close and they take him down. And a big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Never ever a great look when your quarterback's picking himself up a few seconds into a drive. They're going to need a lot more fight on 2nd down and a whole lot of yardage to get this back on track.
And a stunning loss there, Brock. He ends up in his own end zone. That is a wild safety. And that drive, Brock, I'm calling that the 2-2-2. 2 plays, 2 sacks for the defense, and 2 points for him as well, thanks to that safety.
You kind of felt it building, right? That's what happens with defenses. They can feel and sense, and they get that momentum. They get the first takedown, they come right back and get that 2nd. Now it's imperative this offense responds because you've infused that defense with a bunch of momentum.
That's taken at the 15. Oh, he trucked that defender. And he pushes it up to the 30 before going out. Possession switching back to Buffalo as their offense heads out. They're up by 2 scores, Brock, but we've got some time left, so they still need to mount a drive here. 1st and 10, looking to throw. He finds Kincaid. And he'll head out of bounds after a short gain. 2nd down now, 7 to go. Here's the one back on the handoff. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. 5 yards on the play. They could just do that again. 3rd and 2 coming up.
Brings up 3rd and 2.
play now. That's caught for the first. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of third downs just like that.
1st and 10, ball set up at the 48. They'll run the counter. And he's brought down for a loss. We've hit the 2-minute warning here in Buffalo. Bills with a 16-point lead. Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Back-to-back carries here. And he's tackled for a short gain. So quickly the defense burns a timeout here. 1:57 remaining in the game. It's 3rd and 8. Need to get a chunk here. From midfield now. Escape. And they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. No surprises here. Defense quick to stop that clock. We've got 1:53 left in this game. On now comes their punter. It'll be Jake Camarda doing the honors. And that hit at the 5, but got the bounce it needed to reach the end zone for a touchback. The Jacksonville offense back on the field now. And their last drive reached the wrong end zone and equaled 2 points. So trying for the other end zone and 6 on this possession. Daniels on 1st down. Hauled in by Rice. And he gets it up close to the 25 before he's out of bounds. 2nd and 6 coming up here. Shotgun snap to Daniels. Hits his running back. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. Jags working fast here, trying to get back to the line. This time they're going to get there, and they drop it. Jags working fast here, trying to get back to the line. No place to go, so he just threw it away. So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. To throw. And he goes down. The Bills get to him. Jags working fast here, trying to get back to the line. He finds him beyond the marker. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. 1st and 10 now. Here's Daniels. Connection made to Shakir. And this one's worked down to the 33 before being stopped. And that is incomplete. 8 seconds left now. That one firmly denied by the man in coverage. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Again, Daniels to the air. Need this to force overtime. And he loses control of the interception in the end zone. Could have taken away some potential points, but instead, new life, 3rd down. One final shot here. Pass is cut at the 9. And he'll get this inside the 10 to the 9. So it's the Bills who come away with the win. And they're headed to the divisional round next week. Great start to their playoffs and getting the win at home. But the test's only getting harder from here on out. So that puts a bow on this one. For my partner Brock Heward and everyone involved on our crew, I'm Kate Scott signing off. This has been another presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Bills as we say so long from Buffalo.
choose the team you want to start your franchise with.
Use the options on the left to edit league settings and choose what role you want to run the show as, a coach or an owner.
It's the opening round of the NFL playoffs, and EA Sports continues its coverage of Super Wildcard Weekend. It's the Eagles and the Niners, next on Madden Football.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to Northern California and Levi's Stadium in the South Bay in Santa Clara, California. Tonight, the second of two on this Wild Card Saturday. It's the Philadelphia Eagles and the San Francisco 49ers. Playoff football has arrived. Good to be with you. Mike Tirico, Greg Olson, partner, best time of the year. It starts with Super Wildcard Weekend, 3 days, 6 games, and this matchup as good as any of them.
Yeah, and really, it's so funny, Mike. We watch these regular season games all year, and it just seems like there's no way the intensity and the competitive spirit could...
Time now for the second of 6 on this Super Wildcard Weekend. And off we go on this Saturday night. Across the 20, they'll mark them down before the 25-yard line. That's where the offense will take over. The 49ers offense set to get to work for the first time, led by their quarterback, the 6th overall pick in the 2020 draft. It's Justin Herbert.
After talking to him the other day, it seems like he's really embracing this moment, Mike. I mean, he said something along the lines of playing with the pressure that comes with the playoffs is a privilege, and I couldn't agree more. Not everyone gets the opportunity to play on this stage. So when you have these types of moments, you really have to take advantage of them and just go for it. If the rest of the team can match that mindset, I think they got a good shot today to leave with a win.
He'll find his open man. That's Brandon Ayuk. And that's a first down. It will be a gain of 8. Out of the gun, here's Herbert. And they're going to track him down. He couldn't find a receiver, and down he goes.
Well, Mike, the other day we heard how the offensive coordinator wanted to start fast offensively, but here so far, it's been the pass rush and the defense who's gotten out to the quick start.
And movement up front. And that's our first time tonight
Ball
to
start,
check in with
offense.
our referee. Here's H.A. He'll try to push forward. He'll wind up getting 3 yards with that one. That is Cooper DeJean in there for the stop. 3rd and long. From the gun, it's Herbert. Oh, got him again the second time with a sack on this opening drive.
I don't have any real advanced analysis for this one, Mike. I mean, I think the simplest way to categorize it is this possession has been a disaster.
So, on 4th down, the Aussie, Mitch Wishnowski, out to punt. Now the return, And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. So the Philadelphia offense set to take over for the first time. And leading them out, their quarterback. It's Jalen Hurts.
There's just certain guys, Mike, when they take the field and they step into the huddle, the other 10 players, they just take a little bit of a deeper breath. They're like, man, I'm glad this guy is on our side, and he's certainly one of them. He just brings an element of confidence to everybody else around him, not only in the huddle, but on the sideline, on the defense, the coaching staff. Everyone is better as the result of him being your quarterback.
First carry for Saquon Barkley. And that won't get a whole lot. Maybe a yard, but that's it. They'll try to run here with Barkley. Looking for room out on the edge. Not going to find it. As a matter of fact, I think they tracked him down behind the line of scrimmage. Good job by the defense, and it's fourth down.
This is a great example of why it's so important on defense to sprint to the ball. His ability to make people miss is hard for one guy to get him on the ground. But when you can get everybody to the ball, eventually you can take him down. And in this case, they do it for a loss.
On fourth down, here's Logan Cook to punt. And we will not have a return here. This one angled out of bounds. The Niners offense ready to take over as we check out the playoff race in the NFC. This drive starts at the 21. It's 1st and 10. On play action, now Herbert. The pressure gets there, and down he goes back inside the 20-yard line.
If there's any silver lining for this drive, Mike, it's the fact that at least this sack occurred on an early down. So I guess technically they have a chance to claw themselves out of this hole, but that's the 3rd sack of the game. This defense doesn't show any signs of slowing down.
And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on 3rd down. Shotgun now for Herbert. A short one here, caught by McBride. First grab this wild card game for a 1,000-yard receiver in the regular season. He picks up the first down with that one.
These 3rd down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on 3rd down.
On 1st down, Herbert. Now a screen set up for A-Check. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. Herbert to the air again. And they get to him and finally bring him down. It will go down as a sack. Throwing is Herbert on 3rd down. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And a good job here defensively. They did not let him get away. He's well short of the 1st down marker. Here's Mitch Wisnowski now. The punt for the 2nd time, looking to pin the opponent back deep. That's taken at about the 14. That's a nice job of making things more manageable for this offense as he takes it back beyond the 25-yard line. The Eagles offense ready for their 2nd possession. They'll search for the first points of this game as they begin the drive on 1st and 10. And he'll manage to get this ahead for a pickup of 5. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Slot man in motion right. On 2nd down, Hurts. That's complete to his big tight end, Dallas Goedert. So after one, here on Super Wildcard Weekend, 0-0 is the score. And we're back in the Bay Area after this. First and 10. That's thrown quickly, taken in by Collins. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. To throw on second down is Hurts. Now a deep ball here for Collins. Big time play for Philly. An even 40 yards.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone, and this is where you have to finish drives.
Down at the 12. It's first and 10. They'll run it here with Saquon. And the Eagles are going to have a first and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
What a great run down here inside the red zone, Mike. It's so important that you still can run the ball. Great job here by the back. I thought for a minute he was going to score. He gets it all the way down inside the 1.
He's going to run out of time. They get to him and bring him down.
And now we're seeing the game kind of go back and forth. Each team trading blows, trying to establish control over the other. Nice chunk play on the previous play. The defense responds back with a sack. And we'll see which team can establish a little bit more of this control as the game unfolds.
Third and goal. Hurts now. Under pressure. Now he's going to go down. Back at the 8-yard line.
Feels like they needed that sack this entire drive. It feels like the defense was really on their heels. The offense was taking it to them really however they wanted to. So to be able to take a deep breath now, disrupt the rhythm of the drive by getting that sack, that might go a long way now to allow them to get off the field. Yeah, he does a nice job handling that kick there, but I think offensively, you come back to the sideline and you're thinking, we have to find a way to finish these drives. I mean, to be in first and goal and settle for 3, that can be very deflating for an offense settling for too many field goals.
And they'll bring it down just shy of the 30-yard line. The 49ers offense back onto the field for their next possession. The offense is a little slow to start percolating. 3-0 the score as they begin this drive with a first and 10. They'll start on the ground. It's A-10. And he'll plow forward for a gain of 4 yards. Here's a second and 6. They'll stay on the ground with A-10. He'll burrow his way forward for a couple. Nakobe Dean in on the tackle. Herbert going to try to throw on third down. Throw to the sideline. Well done. Good job with the feet. Stays in bounds. It looks like, and yes they do, have the first down. They'll run with 18. And he surges forward for a gain of about 5. To throw, it's Herbert. Back to the right side, up by the crowd.
We'll give a little credit here defensively. Even though they allow the first down, we've seen defenses really struggle bringing this big tight end to the ground, and they didn't allow him to pick up a bunch of yards after contact, but he was able to get just enough to pick up the first down.
And he's going to be out of bounds down near the 25. They get 22 yards there. It's good for a Niners first down.
There's a combination of footwork and vision, his ability to kind of weave through traffic and understand where the holes were. It's a really nice job working through some bodies and picking up a big gain. Here's
first and 10. On On play action now. Herbert. A hit as he throws there. It's going to wind up incomplete, but pressure got to him that time, and it'll set up second down. Herbert. That's taken in by Achane. And he'll be taken down as we tick down to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes remain in a 3-0 first half. Back with more NFC playoff action after this. From the gun on third down, Herbert. And the Niners are going to have a first and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. This has been some kind of march downfield now. Can they pay it off with 6? It's first and goal. Here's Achane. He slams it in there, and he is in. Come on, Achane. Touchdown, 49ers. Good drive. They kept the ball. Greg, they moved it effectively down the field and finish it off on the ground for the touchdown.
So often, Mike, we see teams work on a great drive to get down here close, only to settle for a field goal. But in this case, give them a lot of credit. They put a great drive together, but they're able to capitalize and finish it off with 6.
So, following that touchdown, Moody is back out to kick it off. This one taken at the 7. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Eagles offense ready for this next possession. Trail by 4, touchdown gives them the lead. Drive begins with first and 10. In motion now, it's Collins. Fires quickly, it is complete on the slant. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up second and 5. That's caught. Saquon Barkley. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up third down. He'll try and get there on the ground.
Third and short, you think this ball's expected to come out quick, but when all the receivers were taken away, he decides to make a break for it. He doesn't get a whole lot, but what he gets is just enough to move the chains.
In motion now, it's Collins. And he does a nice job to avoid the initial wave. We're going to get him down behind the line.
I think the most frustrating element to all of this is when you look downfield, there's guys open. There's plays to be made downfield in the passing game, but quite frankly, the pass protection has just been so bad that they haven't been able to take advantage of anything.
Over the middle to his tight end, Goddard. And they'll have it across midfield, down at the opposing 46-yard line. On first and 10, it's Hurts. He fumbled the football. And this is taken in by the defense. Well, the ball comes out, and the scramble for it, it ends up becoming a turnover, and the offense walks off the field disappointed with that fumble.
Mike, when you look at a stat sheet at the end of the game and you want to determine which team wins and which team loses, at the top of the list is ball security. Which team does a better job protecting it, and which team does a better job taking it away.
Set to go now on first and 10. Now it's Herbert. Caught. This is Ayuk. And he's into the end zone. Brandon Ayuk. Touchdown, San Francisco. What a job to finish the play with a touchdown. The catch and carry, and the carry part, Greg, that was the most impressive there.
Well, you said it, Mike. The catch was nice, but it's what can you do after the catch that really separates guys in this league. And in this case, he did plenty because it ended up in a touchdown.
Moody now for the extra point. It's up and through. And the 49ers extend their advantage to 14-3. Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. The Eagles offense going to take over here in the final minute of this first half. They trail now 14-3, so an 11-point deficit as they start things out with 1st and 10. That'll be taken in by Barkley. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. Now Jalen Hurts on 2nd down. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
It's been a bit of a pedestrian game for this quarterback and ultimately this passing game here today, Mike. And I know they all would have loved to connect on that deep throw. I think that stat sheet would have looked a whole lot different, but just a little off in their execution and leads to an incompletion.
And he will go all the way. Touchdown, Philadelphia.
Mike, I'm not sure how else to put it other than this is just a complete defensive breakdown. I mean, from where this ball was snapped, you simply have to just defend the end zone, and if they throw it short, come up and rally tackle. If they throw it in the end zone, high point the ball and knock it down. You cannot give up 6 points to end this half.
Jake Elliott now for the extra point. The kick here is good. Add one more point, and that takes us to the end of the first half.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. This, the second of our 2 games here on this Super Wildcard Saturday. We'll get it back out to you two in just a minute. But first, let's take a look ahead to Sunday's action in the NFC. A 3-6 battle that ought to be a good one, as it'll be the Minnesota Vikings taking on the Washington Commanders. It was Devon Achane who's had the strong first half. He wound up finding the end zone on a touchdown run to help give his guys the advantage here at the break. The second half, straight ahead. Time to get back to it. And for the call, let's rejoin Mike Tirico and Greg Olsen.
Coach, thank you. Both teams trying to find the right formula to come out on top in this second half. Coming up. Now return coming from the 7. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Eagles offense ready to get going again. They'll have it first in this third quarter. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. A shotgun snap now to Hurts. Trying the right side. Taken in by Collins. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. Slot receiver headed right. 2nd down throw for Hurts. A short throw taken in by Goddard. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line.
Just seems like every year, Mike, the tight end position just continues to grow within the passing game and establishes a bigger and bigger role. And listen, I know I'm biased, but if you want to have a good passing game, you better have a good tight end.
Hurts looking to throw on 1st down. Now a deep ball here for Collins. And they're going to get this ball down to the 20-yard line.
And, Mike, I think as they try to find themselves clawing back in this game, they're going to have to make a concentrated effort here in the second half to continue to get him involved. Give him opportunities in space with the ball in his hand, and chances are, when he has it, good things happen.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they give it to Barkley. And he'll work forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. A pass. Caught by Saquon. And the Eagles are going to have a first and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points. And now movement up front. This crowd is making it
Ball start.
tough down deep in the red zone. Now it is first and goal. From the shotgun, it's Hurts. And that is caught in the end zone. He's in. Nico Collins. Touchdown, Eagles.
What separates the really good quarterbacks from everybody else in the National Football League, Mike, is not only ability to process, but the ability to process quickly under pressure. And I think that's exactly the case here. He's able to go through his progression, find his target in the end zone, and then deliver that ball on time, accurately, and the result is a touchdown.
Elliott, good on the extra point. And the Eagles move out to a 3-point edge, 17-14. So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. This is going to be taken in at the 3. And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. Brandon Ayuk heading back onto the field with his 49er teammates. From the 25, they'll go to work. First and 10. Here's Herbert. Throwing the out route, and Ayuk has it. That's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8. They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. Shotgun now for Herbert. He'll look middle and finds McBride as tight end. And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a first down after a gain of 7. Now a give to Achane, heading right. And he finds a little bit of space. He'll take this forward for a gain of 4. Here's 2nd and 6. Once again, it's Achane. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more. What can they do here on 3rd down and 7? From the gun, it's Herbert. A short one here, caught by McBride.
I think this is one of those plays that when the ball carrier watches this back in the film room tomorrow, he's going to be a little frustrated with himself. If he could just have made that one guy miss, he picks up the first down. Instead, he gets brought down short of the sticks, and now they got a 4th down decision to make.
We'll take this in back at the 16. And it's going to be brought. Possession of the football. Jalen Hurts and the Philadelphia offense set to take over once more. And we run you through the highlights here. It has been a very big performance from the quarterback position. Instrumental in leading and executing, and now trying to finish strong and take his team to the finish line. Hurts to the air on 1st down. He'll get this into the hands of his running back. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
In this coverage breakdown, Mike, it's just completely unacceptable. You come out in dime defense. What that means is you have 6 defensive backs and only 1 linebacker most often. So for the offense to find an open receiver with that much space to operate, you just have to imagine there was some sort of breakdown in communication and execution, because he had a lot of room to operate, and that defensive coordinator is not happy.
A first down throw for Hurts, who outs another catch for his favorite target. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. 1st and 10 now from the 36. Throwing is Hurts.
So that's a great job by the quarterback, not only escaping the initial pressure, even though he doesn't gain a whole lot, he's able to pick up some positive yards for what looked like a disaster in the start.
And he brings it down to about the 28-yard line. That's the safety, Talanoa Hufanga, on the tackle. They'll come up to 3rd and 3. Hurts. This is caught. He got the connection to Collins. And the defense can't come up with a stop there. Gain of 7 and a first down. So 1 quarter remains in this NFC Wildcard matchup. This is the NFL playoffs on EA Sports. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Now it's Hurts. He's got it about the 8. And he's very close to a touchdown. They mark him just shy of the goal line.
Big-time completion right there, and this isn't just a spot where they're trying to run the game out here in the 4th quarter. They were not only trying to pick up points, but they're trying to get in the end zone and extend this lead. So really nice job here late. We'll see if they can put this one out of reach.
An opportunity for what could be a game-sealing touchdown right here. 1st down and goal. Here's Barkley. And he's into the end zone. That might be the knockout punch. Saquon Barkley. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Taking care of business on the ground to get the score. And, Greg, the big guys up front, they deserve some praise on that one.
Absolutely, Mike. And it really only takes one guy to distort the defense and win his block. But in this case, give credit to the entire unit. They did their job, and they reward their offense with a touchdown.
The extra point by Elliott is good. And the Eagles go up by 10. 24-14 is their lead. So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. From the 6, here comes a return. The Niners offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. And look, they've been out of sorts throughout, Greg. They haven't had any answer for this pass rush all game.
Yeah, and it's really showing up in the sacks and also just in their ability to prevent any yards, any completions. This has just been a dominant pass defense performance here, and everything starts with the rush. The quarterback's uncomfortable. The clock gets sped up. He's got guys in his face. It's a lot easier to play defensive back and in some of these coverage units when you know that ball's got to come out fast. And right now, they're teeing off and taking advantage of it.
It's a gain of 16, and very quickly, a first down. On play action now, Herbert. And he slides and covers up at the end, avoids the hit, and picked up decent yardage along the way. Here's 2nd and 3 to go. Out of the gun, here's Herbert. That's left side, and that's the tight end, McBride. That's catch number 5 tonight, and it's good for a first down.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late. Well, the best screenplays, of course, you want the offensive lineman out in front of the running back. They act as his escort, his lead blockers. But what you can't afford is for the defenders to be in the backfield and get to the running back, because those offensive linemen, they can't help him at all.
Over the middle to Ayuk, complete. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up third down.
The gain of 7 brings up 3rd and 6.
Throwing again, Herbert. Taking off, he'll try to get there. They get 24 on that one. Just like that, it's 1st and goal.
What I like the most here is just the decision that when he wants to be a runner, he commits to being a runner, and he's able to weave his way downfield, pick up the 1st down, sets up 1st and goal.
It is brought in the end zone. DJ Moore, touchdown, 49ers. On is Moody to add the extra point. The kick is good. Important extra point. The difference is just 3. A field goal here in the 4th quarter. So they've cut into the lead. Now just a field goal behind as they kick it off. This will be returned from the 6. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. The visitors' offense ready to go as we give you a look at the current playoff race. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. To throw is Hurts. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. Here's Hurts. That is caught down the field. It's worthy. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
A lot could go wrong anytime you decide to put the ball in the air here late in the 4th quarter as you're trying to run out the clock and protect this lead. But at the same time, I like that they haven't gone super conservative. Just handoff right, handoff left, and it just turns into tackling practice. So I like the balance of making the defense defend everything, because right now, possess the ball, protect the ball, and ultimately just run the clock out.
Here's a handoff to Barkley. And good blocking up front, paving the way for a gain of 8 on the ground. They face 2nd down and 7. Once again, it's Barkley. Maybe a couple there. It's 3rd down. Shotgun snap now to Hurts. He's got this one complete to Goddard. And he's going to be taken down, and that will take us to the 2-minute warning. Now a run on 1st down. And he'll get 2 on this one before being taken down. And quickly, the clock stops again. Defense taking the timeout. $1:54 to go. Second down and 8. Here's Barkley. And he is not going to get away. Might have gotten a yard, but it will set up 3rd down. They'll drop to throw. He'll try to run for it. Carrying that ball loosely, and it is out. The Niners have got it.
turnover. Just somehow he doesn't put the ball away, and this game just got a lot more interesting.
Here's the San Francisco offense, ready to take possession of the ball once more. This will start from the 12, trying to put a drive together here. It's 1st and 10. Now, Herbert. Downfield, and it's caught by Ayuk. They're going to get this all the way up close to the 40-yard line. He'll tuck it and take off.
Well, that scramble is ultimately going to end up short of the first down, Mike, but it's going to help quite a bit. That's a great job by the quarterback. Just taking what the defense gives you, get downfield, pick up good yardage.
And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. On 1st and 10, here's Herbert. He's going to tuck it and go. The Niners will use their 3rd and final timeout, and they stop it with 22 ticks left on the clock here in the 4th. And this defense up to the task there. Gain of just 2, and it's 3rd down. And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long. So it's a win here for the visiting Eagles, as they are moving on. They got into the playoffs as a wild card. They get the win away from home in the opening round. Now they'll regroup and get ready for the divisional round next weekend. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. With that, we say good night from Silicon Valley.